Let me say thank you for all you who've come tonight. I know everybody's schedule is busy. The very fact that you're here shows that you have a lot of interest and concern in what's going on in our government and in the political realm these days. So I appreciate you coming. Just want you to know that the Hopkins County Republican Party is dedicated to bringing all relevant issues and candidates to have an opportunity to address them, air them, and to give you an opportunity to be informed and educated, because an educated voter promotes a better run government. I just want to give a moment of thanks to Shad, our camera guy. I don't know if any of you have had an opportunity to look at our website. It's hopkinscountygop.org. Folks, I think our website probably rivals any committee website in the state, whether Democrat, Republican, or Independent. Shad has done an exceptionally expert job. If you've not visited the website, please visit it, hopkinscountygop.org. Thanks, Shad. Shad Moore. I've got the privilege tonight to introduce some folks representing the school bond election. We've got Patsy Bolton here, who is the Sulphur Springs Superintendent, who will be speaking with us tonight. With her is Mickey Edens, who is the Finance Director. Did I have that right? And we have John Prickett, who is a member of the school board. They're going to be taking a few minutes. Did I have that wrong? Well, the steering committee. Okay, steering committee. I guess he can explain the difference.
Ms. Bryce is here representing.
Okay, Jacqueline Bryce will be here also to talk to us tonight. We'll take questions from the floor after they speak. These folks are on somewhat of a time crunch because they've got another meeting they need to go to. So if you have questions, please reserve any commentary and just ask the question, so it will give them an opportunity to take as much time to answer the question as they can.
They can go to those microphones.
Okay. If you have a question from the floor, you can go to the microphone on either side and ask the question. So without further ado, I guess, Patsy, would you like to start? Thank you for coming, Patsy.
Yes, sir. Thank you for letting us.
Folks are welcome to sit up here if it would be more convenient to.
Well, I will admit to you all in the very beginning, we have made presentations throughout the community to different organizations, service clubs, groups, anywhere that we can find them. But we've never had this many cameras and microphones. So we're not accustomed to this. But anyway, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come and talk about the bond issue. And I know that this is something that the whole community is interested in, and our purpose is to bring information to you. We want you to have all the information. When we finish tonight, we have handouts that we're going to leave with you that will review what I've talked about, and we'll also there's some questions and answers and some laws there. So anything that you might want, if you don't find out what you want to know tonight, feel free to call me or Mickey or Jackie Bryce or anybody. We'll get you the information some way. We did have an opportunity to go to another meeting that's scheduled at the same time, but we heard that you all were having food. And so that's why we chose to come here first. And we're not eating right now, but I sure am keeping my eye on that dessert. And I hope that there's some of that left when we start to leave. On March the 9th, the Board of Trustees voted unanimously to call for a bond issue to build a new middle school and to improve facilities throughout the district. That bond issue is for $48.4 million. That's a ton of money. And I understand and agree with everything that Mr. John Cooper said tonight. I feel the same way, but I hope that in the information that we're presenting that we can separate what we're talking about from what's happening in the federal government. The bond issue, I'll just tell you right up front, that amount of money and I've had to practice saying 48.4 million. That's not in my everyday vocabulary. That amount of money broken down for the average homeowner. The average home in Sulphur Springs is $82,621. That broken down is about 67 cents a day. Now we equate that to less than a Coke a day. But that 48.4 million, 73% of that, we have a pie chart, and I didn't bring the pie chart with me. But, you know, if you can think about a pie chart, 73% of that, 35.5 million, is for the new middle school. That new middle school that's proposed would be built on property south of town where the new loop is going through. And tomorrow there will be a sign on that property so that if you do sneak down that loop, and I'm not sure whether it's legal to be driving on that loop now because it's not finished. I see a head shaking in the back, but I do think some people have driven down there. I did before they started on the construction. But there will be a sign showing where that property is. This is Interstate 30. The line, red line, if you can see that, and we'll put it somewhere later that you can see it. This is Lowe's. This is the new loop that's going through, and point to that, Nikki. That is the 53.39 acres that the school district purchased. That property is large enough for more than one campus. So we're purposely not putting that new middle school in the middle of that property. We will either put it on the front side or the back side, and we haven't gotten all the reports from the engineers yet to see the best placement of that facility. But we're leaving the other half or more so that we will have some property for future. You know, we feel that this community is going to grow. There are new things that are happening every day, and we want to be prepared. So, on that property, we want to build a new middle school for grades 6, 7, and 8. And some folks say, why are you building a middle school? Why don't you build an elementary school? Well, if we built an elementary school, then I don't know which way to stand. Some people, everybody in town wants their kids to go to the new elementary school, and that's not possible. So if we build a new middle school, then every student going through the district would get to attend that new middle school. There are now many state requirements, unfunded mandates we call many of them. And our requirements for classroom instruction and for the skills that students must master now, so different than it was years ago. We're required to have science labs for students on a regular basis. We don't have science labs at the current middle school. We have one science lab and we have 3 teachers. So one teacher has a class in that science lab and the other 2 do not. So in the new middle school, we can have some of those things that are required for us to be able to prepare our students to be successful.